The secret to reading anyone isn't in their words, but in what they reveal unknowingly. Musashi's teachings outline a four-part method to see through any facade, a system that kept him undefeated in over 60 life-or-death duels. We'll explore each element of this powerful framework, starting with a mental shift so simple anyone can master it, yet so profound it will transform every interaction. The foundation is reading intentions. You know that unsettling sense that something is off? The coworker who smiles while subtly undermining your work? Misreading someone's intentions can be catastrophic. This very challenge faced Miyamoto Musashi on April 13, 1612. As he approached his most famous duel, his opponent, Sasaki Kojiro, the demon of the western provinces, waited on a small island, outwardly confident, yet inwardly calculating. While others might have been deceived by Kojiro's reputation and posture, Musashi saw through the facade. As Kojiro fumed, Musashi remained astonishingly calm. When the duel began, Kojiro lunged with his signature strike, exactly as Musashi anticipated, and Musashi felled him with a single blow of a wooden sword carved from an oar. How did Musashi read Kojiro so perfectly under such pressure? The answer lies in the earth scroll of the Book of Five Rings. Musashi wrote, "If you try to wield the long sword quickly, you will mistake the way." This seemingly contradictory advice, "Do not rush in combat," reveals our first principle: emptying the mind or entering the void. Not thinking of nothing, but removing the filters that cloud clear vision. In his writings, Musashi explains the void is simply the proper place of the spirit. While most samurai schools taught heightened awareness through intense focus, Musashi championed Heiyoshin, the ordinary mind, a state of relaxed alertness without attachment to outcomes. This mindset is precisely what we lack when trying to understand others. We enter conversations brimming with assumptions, hopes, and fears, seeing what we want to see rather than what's truly there. By clearing the mind, we create space to notice the subtle, unconscious cues people reveal. But Musashi knew an empty mind alone wasn't enough. Clear perception must be paired with a systematic observation method, which leads us to the 5 elements of observation. In the Water Scroll, Musashi writes, "When you appreciate the power of nature, knowing the rhythm of any situation, you can strike naturally." He saw people as extensions of nature, governed by observable principles. From this insight, he devised 5 elements for reading others. Earth. Grounding traits, stable, unchanging behaviors that reveal someone's core. Notice how they act when no one's watching. Claim honesty? But do they tell little white lies when convenient? Water. Adaptability. How they respond when plans shift or stress intrudes. A colleague supportive in private but silent in meetings betrays their true stance. Fire. Energy. The emotional intensity they bring. Does anger feel genuine or forced? Disproportionate outbursts hint at hidden motives, like a partner defensive about finances revealing fear of exposure. Wind. Patterns. Predictable habits that forecast future actions. Someone may vow change, but their routines tell the real story. Void. Hidden intentions. Omissions or avoided topics, like a proposal omitting costs or a partner never discussing the future. Observing these 5 elements together forms a comprehensive framework for seeing through facades. Even with keen observation, people actively disguise their aims. In the Fire Scroll, Musashi explains you must know both an enemy's strengths and weaknesses. He distinguished 2 perception types: Ken, surface observation, and Kan, intuitive insight, seeing beyond the visible. To pierce deception, watch for 3 tactics. Physical deception. Contradictions in body language. Someone says, "I'm listening," yet their gaze flits to their phone. They claim calm, but their jaw clenches. Verbal deception. Gaps between words and meaning. Notice qualifiers, "I'm pretty sure," or answers that dodge questions. Repeatedly tweaked stories reveal shifting motives. Intentional deception. Coordinated disguise combining both. Consider Musashi's duel with Bushido Bin, the sickle and chain master. Bin feigned defensive positioning near trees to mask his true plan, to entangle Musashi's sword in his chain. Musashi spotted the ruse and preemptively struck, defeating him before the trap could spring. The most reliable defense against such deceit is pattern recognition over time. Single lies can slip by, but sustained falsehoods collapse under scrutiny. Musashi's final work, The Dodo, Way of Walking Alone, distilled his lifetime of insight into 21 principles, 3 of which are vital for reading intentions. Do not seek pleasure for its own sake. When you want validation or advantage, you blind yourself to signs that contradict that desire. Do not depend on partial feelings. Beware confirmation bias. Our minds favor evidence that supports our preconceptions while ignoring the rest. Weigh contradictory signals as heavily as those that agree. Do not be guided by lust or love. Strong emotions make us vulnerable to misreading intentions. While not advocating cold detachment, Musashi warns that when passion runs high, your vigilance must be stronger. Modern research confirms these lessons. Desire and bias literally reshape how our brains process information, filtering reality to match what we want. By applying these 3 principles, you protect yourself from the distortions that derail so many interactions. Having cleared the mind, void, observed through the 5 elements, detected deception tactics, and shielded against bias, Musashi's final instruction is to watch small and watch large. In the Book of 5 Rings, he wrote, "The important thing in strategy is to suppress the enemy's useful actions but allow his useless actions." This means learn selective attention, knowing what to focus on and what to ignore. Too often we watch small, zeroing in on a single suspicious text, a lone mistake, while missing the larger pattern. Musashi's duel with Sasaki Kojiro illustrates this. Most samurai obsessively defended against Kojiro's swallow cut. But Musashi watched large, noting Kojiro's irritation, showmanship, and over-reliance on a specially forged long sword. Seizing that broader pattern, Musashi crafted a wooden sword slightly longer than Kojiro's blade, arrived late, and positioned himself with the sun behind him. Kojiro's signature strike failed, and Musashi won effortlessly. In modern terms, this means step back from individual cues to see the full narrative. Ask yourself, what consistent theme runs through this person's behavior? A single act can mislead. Patterns reveal truth. When we combine all 4 methods, void, mental clarity, 5 elements, framework, deception mechanisms, defenses, and watching small versus large, pattern recognition, we have a complete system for reading intentions with remarkable precision. Musashi summarized it best. By knowing what exists, you can know what does not exist. When you fully perceive what is present, people's actions, words, and putting it all together, here is your 4-part method. Clear the mind, void. Enter relaxed awareness, free of bias. Observe the 5 elements: earth, grounding traits; water, adaptability; fire, energy; wind, patterns; void, omissions. Detect deception. Spot physical, verbal, and intentional ruses by comparing signals over time. Watch small and large. Focus on both details and overarching patterns to avoid fixation on misleading cues. Practice this framework in every interaction. With patience, you'll see beyond appearances, understanding intentions with the same insight that kept Musashi unbeaten. The world's facades fall away, revealing truth. This is the secret to reading anyone.